Hey, what's up guys? It's Flex and welcome back to the Turbo Performance series. So yes, I'm inside a garage. Yes, I finally got a garage, which is super awesome because now I can work on my car without being outside. And that's a huge bonus for me, and especially when it comes to doing the turbo upgrade. But enough about my new garage. Today, I want to talk to you about the turbo that I will be installing on my car. And I've done a lot of research and it looks like I have two options. So one option is to install a bigger, larger aftermarket turbo and customize it to fit my car. And that can get extremely expensive. So we're talking about custom intake, custom oil feed line, custom exhaust manifold, custom tune, bigger injectors, bigger fuel pumps. The list goes on. Stronger internals, stronger pistons. It's just way too expensive and way out of my budget. And to be honest, it'll make a lot of power, but my car is going to be extremely unreliable. And that's not really the goal that I'm after. The second option is the one I'm going to be going with because it meets my performance goals, it's inexpensive, and also at the same time, it keeps my car very reliable. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be installing a hybrid turbo. So if you're not familiar with a hybrid turbo is essentially a stock OEM turbo shell with the internals built up. So one, it's going to fit like an OEM. It's going to bolt right up to the engine with no problems. And that means it's not going to require custom work around the turbo to make everything fit. Also, it's super reliable and it's very affordable compared to a larger turbo that you have to do all this thing to make it work properly on the car. So how does a hybrid turbo work? With the built-up internals, improved bearings, improved turbines, and other components, it's going to allow the turbo to spool up a lot quicker compared to the stock OEM turbo. That's going to allow it to suck in colder air. That air doesn't really get a chance to really heat up, so the cold air gets sucked in, compressed harder, and then it gets forced out quicker to the engine, and colder, denser air is what's going to create more performance. So that increase in performance will either translate to a longer power band or more top-end power, which is great, especially if I'm driving in the higher RPMs. So which hybrid turbo did I go with? Well, to be honest, there's not really a lot of people offering a hybrid turbo. And I've done a lot of research and I've actually spoken to a few people, and to be honest, the best person to go to was Tornado Tuning. And the owner of Tornado Tuning, one of his cars is a C-Class, and he's had this hybrid turbo on for a few years. The car runs great, there's more performance, and it's just very reliable. So it's already been proven that it works perfectly fine on this M271 Evo engine. So what better company to work with than the company that's been sponsoring my channel, providing me with great parts that I can put in my car that allows me to bring content to you guys to enhance your vehicles. And at the end of the day, they've been supporting the channel all this time, so I'm super excited to work with them and install their Tornado Tuning hybrid turbo onto my car. So let's go ahead and take a look at the hybrid turbo that I'm going to be installing on my car. So this is the hybrid turbo from Tornado Tuning. You can see the turbos right there. This is the exhaust manifold. As you can see, it's really dark because this gets extremely hot. When fumes from the engine comes through here, it spins a shaft that's connected to the turbine inside the turbo. Air from the air intake enters here, gets compressed, and gets shot out here. This is where the turbo muffler lives, and then the pipe from the turbo muffler leads to the intercooler. And then this part right here is where I will bolt up the diverter valve. Everything, like I said, is the shell of an OEM turbo with upgraded internal parts. It also comes with all the gaskets, the nuts and bolts, and it should be pretty straightforward to install. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys have a better understanding of what I'm going to be putting into my car and why I'm putting that specific turbo into my car. And before I install that hybrid turbo, there's one more thing that I need to do to my car, and that will be in the next video. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, hit that thumbs up button below. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time.